Hey YouTube, Harry here. I'm not gonna lie. Today, I was scared. I wasn't scared because I was like physically threatened by anything, or I guess you could say I was emotionally threatened by the fact that I am moving and am going through this whole process. But it wasn't actually in danger. But I was scared. And I think it's important to highlight that not every day is going to be great, and not every day is going to be depressing, but there's also going to be times when we get scared. Because what we're doing is really freaking hard. Like, it's hard to go out there in this world and be different, and to challenge the normal stuff, and to just be okay with the fact that you're different, and you're either strange or weird, or you're not going to be like everyone else, and your path is going to look vastly different than your peers. While that's super exciting and it helps to bridge a community and stuff, there's also times when you just are feeling down about it. And not even down, like just anxious. And I guess for reference, I had a fine day, good day, but I started a new book, and it has a transgender character in it who is actually young at the time. They're about 5 or 6 when they realize that when they start to present as female, even though they were assigned male as birth. And this book is really well written, and it's kind of from the parents' perspective at this point, and just saying how we don't know how to handle their transition, because it is different than the world, and like they could get hurt, and she's gonna have a harder life, and you wish everything the best for your child, but you can't help them through this. And it brings to light just so many things. Like, I know inherently who I am at the root of it all, but I also know that like when I walk around, like there are people who are eventually could find out that I've transitioned, and that could be offensive to them, or they might want to hurt me, or they might want to be very mean to me, or whatever that is. And that's just so scary. I've already kind of essentially lost a job before because of the way I am, and I didn't really know it at the time, but I can look back and be like, yeah, that's probably part of it, like 90% of why I lost that job. And also probably why I haven't been offered many jobs in places where I should have, like grocery stores. There's just, sometimes there's just that anxious feeling that is just in you, that is just like, what, like, is this the right thing? But like, how are people going to react, and how am I reacting? And like, I can't control people, and you can't control the future, and it's so overwhelming at times. And it was one of those days today. It was more one of those nights, for sure. That book probably helped to get me into that mood. But I had already kind of been anxious a little bit today I'm not sure why. But it just does bring to light, like, of how it can feel so normal when you're alone in your apartment. And it can feel so normal when you're in your queer group, or when you're in your friend group, and around like-minded people. But then you like go and you leave your bubble, and it's just like, people don't see me the way I see me, and that's terrifying. Like, I had an instance a couple of weeks ago. I went out with some friends. It was this like give back night for an event or an organization, and we went, and it was just like this fast casual place, and went up, ordered. I looked around, we were gonna go sit down, and I saw, of course, in the middle of this restaurant, 3 guys sitting there, and they had red hats on. And red hats are fine, except for some of them say, "Make America Great Again." And not that, whatever, politics aside, it kind of is an easy symbol for knowing that someone is most likely going to not approve of your, quote, lifestyle. And I was not wrong in this situation, as when I passed them, they acted like 3-year-old boys, and like just stared at me, gawked at me, and so of course I just locked eyes with them back, and made them be the first person to basically admit defeat. But then, I hear comments about, oh, like sports bra, like they're just, or like just basically inappropriate comments, right? And I said something to my friend later who was right behind me, who is very cis, white, blonde girl. And she didn't even notice. And I said something a little bit later to some of my friends. I was like, it's just such a shame, like, that basically this MAGA hat makes people, like, it's such a good symbol for how I know someone's going to react to me. And everyone's just like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, I didn't say this because I wanted you to feel bad for me. I said it because I thought you might be able to relate because, you're somewhat on the more progressive side of things and you know me well. But I realized that people have never experienced this. Even, like, my gay friends or, just normal heterosexual friends, they've never felt out of place or felt people looking at them like that they didn't belong there or that they were being judged based on their appearance. And I guess I didn't realize that that's not a normal thing because that's been my whole entire life. And it's not that scary. It's not like I walk out of my door every day and I'm like terrified of the world. But I guess I do have little spidey senses that like I'm a little bit maybe more aware than others. But it's one of those that like this isn't new. This is, I would say, I get some sort of look, comment, etc. at least once a week. At least, if not more. And I'm not saying that it's hurtful and that it's always terrible, but I guess it's maybe I've developed some thick skin, I don't know. I guess I didn't realize that it wasn't normal for people to not like pay attention and to like not have kind of like attacks thrown at them all the time. And to not feel comfortable walking around in public like people are looking at you like you're some kind of freak. Which is, I mean, literally, sometimes I do feel like that. I do. But when I'm walking alone or when I'm in my apartment, it's just like, I just feel like me. I feel like this normal person who believes in humanity, believes in love, believes that there are kind people out there and wishes nothing more than to learn about everything that they can. And I mean no harm. I feel like I need to like pull an umbrage and have like tattooed on my arm. Like I tell them I mean no harm. Like I don't mean any harm. And I'm not umbrage. I'm not lying about it. Yet, it's just, it's scary. It takes a lot of courage to go through a life that is different than what society tells us to do. And I honestly never would have said that before. I would have said, suck it up, princess, you're going to be fine. And that's true, I'm going to be fine. But there's nothing wrong with admitting that it takes courage and that it's not normal and it's a different path. But it's my path, damn it, and I'm going to own it. I don't care what they say. I don't care what they do. Yeah, you care, but like, you can't let it affect you. I'm tired of letting it affect me. I'm tired of just hiding from who I am because people tell me who I am isn't okay. And so, every day is not perfect. I'm not necessarily depressed, which is great. I think normally I would get into that depressed mode of like, why can't I just be normal? But today, I'm taking it as I've improved, I've grown a lot, and it's all right to be scared. That doesn't mean that they win. That doesn't mean that you're not on the right path or that you're giving in. It just means that you're scared. And that's okay. So, hang in there, guys. Talk to you soon.